just can't beat those Jura coffee makers.
No, you really can't. They make a good coffee.
Jura.
Yeah, Jura. Those ones are burnt coffee.
We're not doing an ad for Jura.
No, we just like the coffee.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the studio on a Saturday morning. Slightly earlier today, but we just want to get started because there's actually a lot going on right now. A lot to talk about. And I want to do a figurative piece. Unless you've kind of followed real close, you haven't really seen these too much yet. But I've been working on this series, and I'm trying to get about 50 done, 40 to 50, and they're going to be this size on all on this board. We call it, it's just a 1/4 inch luan is basically what it is. A point to remember when you're painting on luan, find the right brand that'll work for you. And 1/4 inch plywood is not a great thing. I think the underlayment is better because it won't warp as much if it gets really wet. I'm not 100% certain of that. I'm still experimenting with the boards, and I don't know that much about lumber. You know much about lumber, Kristen?
I know less than you know.
So we're gonna do the figurative pieces. They're abstract figurative. I'm never really sure. Most of the time, I don't have like an idea in place. I should have grabbed one and showed them at the beginning. That's okay. You'll just watch it evolve here today. Painting, abstract figurative painting today. And we're going to talk to, while we're doing it, about some stuff. No guest today, but we have an exciting guest coming up later this month, right?
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we do. Can't remember her name.
M.E. Fuller. Yeah. So she's coming to paint with us. It's pretty cool. She's about 5 hours south of us. We've been trying to keep kind of regional with the painters, but I met her at the art fair a couple weeks ago. She was kind of fun to talk to, and I love her sense of humor. So it should be a lot of fun. And I'm sorry if I didn't get that name just now, but I'm distracted because so one of the things I like to do is my handy charcoal. I lay things out. This is a real traditional way of doing it. This is not gesso. It's just the raw board too that we're working with today. So I'm dragging my hand as well, and that way I can get kind of some smearing, some automatic shading thrown in. And this one, I think I'm going to put an interesting kind of modern. So the pieces are addressing various concepts of human involvement and in with each other and cultures. And it's going to be a really fascinating piece. The proportions are often exaggerated as well because people are exaggerated sometimes themselves, I think. So we're laying it out, like I said, and then we'll add in some other features as we add the paint in. Apparently, so far, this is a male.
Wow, quite the diverse group this morning. Welcome, everybody. I'm doing an extra special. I added another camera today.
Yeah, my wife, she's nice. 1 or 2 is not enough. She's got to do how many today?
4 platforms.
4 platforms all at once. I think she takes it as a challenge.
Keep me young.
I thought I was the one that kept you young.
Yeah.
So we're doing, I'd probably make you old.
You know, like a good challenge.
That's kind of an interesting chapeau going on. So this is how it's kind of laid out. Ta-da! My buddy. Proportions are pretty much average human. A little exaggeration here and there. And now I'm going to block it in with some paint. That's what the show is about, is painting, not just talking. But, Kristen, we had fun. We had something fun, right? We're opening a pop-up.
Yes, we are opening a pop-up.
Pop-up gallery in Duluth, Minnesota. That's coming up, like now.
Yeah.
So it's a temporary pop-up, right?
Yeah, just to the end of October. So it opens beginning of August. We will be at Sidewalk Days though, July 13th, 12, 13, 14.
So it's a cooperative pop-up. So what that means is that there's a bunch of us that have been granted this space to use, and we have to cooperate together, be in the same space. So that's going to be a little interesting because as far as I can tell, our things are considerably different than the rest of them.
Yeah, but I'm excited because there's some streetwear designers and
That's true.
There's some musicians that I would like to maybe can collaborate with.
That'd be great.
I'm thinking of us using it as a tool to just expand what we do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, it's a step in the right direction, and it looks like it's belly button and the knot on there. I didn't even realize that. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a lot of extra work. I've had 2 galleries before.
Art Shark.
Art Shark, yes, always.
Always moving. Art Shark.
But yeah, I've had galleries before in retail spaces, and I always find it's difficult. It's a lot of work.
But we might be filming from there for a few months too.
Yeah, which is actually kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Change the venue. It's right in the business district, banking district, down in downtown Duluth. So I think it's going to be exciting from that standpoint, for sure. There's always a little bit of a military bent to these figures too, right?
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Well, I think that's just the brain space we're in a lot lately.
That's exciting. The pop-up.
Yeah. And of course, you got more grant paperwork to fill out this week.
Yeah, there's more grants and stuff happening. It's a very gestural painting process going on here.
Do any of you guys work in abstract figurative?
I like that kind of that wide section right there.
Thank you for the followers over on TikTok. Truly appreciate it.
Yellow hair. Or is it a gold hat? That's the question, I think, right? I don't know. The other thing, I don't know, is it definite yet about painting?
No, not that.
Not really. Okay, we can't talk about that one yet.
I'm going to take our Facebook viewers around to see it right side up, and then I'll take everybody else around to see it right side up.
Well, it seems like there's a bunch of stuff. Well, we got the Bayfront Art Show coming up. That's in Duluth too, right?
Yep, we do. I'm working on the I've started art business online course.
Oh yeah, that's kind of exciting.
I think it's exciting.
Bayfront Art Show, I said that already, right?
Mm-hmm. You miss any questions over here?
No new movie plans yet, I think.
Not at the moment. But we did get paid for being extras. That was kind
of
funny.
Yes. So I like the way that the colors are kind of bleeding together. I find that fun. And this is all really cheap paint that I'm using today.
Gingerly. Get everybody around.
Yeah, because you got the floppy.
Yeah.
Don't flop it. Let's get a little red. These have been interesting, these figurative ones, because sometimes they really work and other times they don't. And I got to go back in quite a bit.
No, I can't read Spanish today. Okay. You're good. Appreciate that looks good. Thank you.
It looked like positive reinforcement.
hoping they have enough people and they translate, but I don't think that's happening.
You know, the problem with some of this paint is it's starting to smell.
Oh, we took it yesterday. You're supposed to
Yeah.
wash your brushes yesterday. Can that do that?
I know, I actually need to get all the brushes and everything needs to be washed. So if you let apparently paintbrushes sit in acrylic for a long, long time, and there's some water as well in it, it gets really stinky. But I had a lot of this paint left over for some projects, so I've been trying to use it up. But I use the same process in the figurative that I do with my other work. You know, it's going to be building up the layers. I'm blocking in right now, but it takes more time to develop it sometimes. And other times it can be really fast motions. Sometimes you think too much about it, and it just shows that it's, you know, shows that extra time involved. That's not what I meant to say. This is fun music today.
Yeah.
I was watching a thing on Paul Clay yesterday. I really enjoyed it a lot. Fascinating. I hadn't really looked into his much. I mean, I remember reading about him in the reading and studying him at college, right? But I hadn't really looked into his work deeply. If that makes sense.
Now I get to do that. Is it explicit?
Is this this?
No. It's the clean version of the song. It's making sure it
Okay.
doesn't.
Yeah, we family friendly here. Family friendly. I'm so excited, and I have trepidations about having the pop up. Honestly.
I am going to move with enthusiasm and say yes, because that seems to be when things go right. Thinking too hard lets in parts of your brain that don't need to be present.
Well, we often say think and do it.
Yeah.
So I think they need to finally break down and clean all of my brushes. Because it smells pretty bad.
What's going on out there in the world for everybody this week? Quiet group.
We all need a break.
Could be. It's been a very stressful couple of weeks.
I mean, it's just been so intense, really. But it's really bleeding. I'm going to have to go back in later and do some definites. So the thinner paint is really bleeding into each other. And that can be very interesting to utilize as a tool, but sometimes it can be not so great. We just sold one of these recently.
Yes, we did. Yeah, one of these figuratives sold a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Local collector here. That was very cool.
It was. Nice when you can sell local.
I'm going to be working a lot of different cultures on this one, on this series too, referencing a lot of them.
I don't know, is this music going off the rails?
It still says it's the clean version, but I can change it.
No, it's okay.
There you go, moving on.
So these are the paint sticks. Love these things.
Now I almost pulled a David trying to put my sweater on over my glasses. There we go. It's a little chilly in here this morning. Are you kidding me? You do that all the time.
That's not a thing.
It is a thing.
these are such a nice way to get some stuff done in a hurry. This black and all these colors. I love these big sticks too. I wish they'd make even a bigger one for me. So far, nobody has stepped up to make anything really big that I know of. There's always an element of kind of that cartoon, that anime stuff with my work. And this is no exception. Yeah, some of it we can't quite work yet because it doesn't have the.
I actually put them to hip hop and we got lo-fi beats instead. And I'm alright with it right now.
It looks a little bit electrified, electronic-eyed. Excited to kind of do the figurative work again. There's you know, the DAI, Duluth Art Institute, has some figurative drawing, live stuff. And one of these days I'm going to make it to it. It's like I think it's only once a month. Is that what you recall?
What I was fixing the focus. What'd you say?
Oh, the DAI's art, or the figurative drawing that they do?
Oh, yeah, I don't know when they do it.
I want to say it's just once a.
Might be suspended even for the summer.
No, it's on. I just can't remember if it was every.
Oh, thanks for sharing our feed, Scotty's Custom Pedals.
I just can't remember if it was every week or if it's just once a month.
If I stand it up, it's going to bleed, but I can come around to the back side. Hold on. I'm going to, again, very gingerly carry you guys around the studio. I'm trying not to get paint on myself.
I'm going very basic with my colors today. No particular reason.
Alright, so here's the side at the beginning of this painting. I'd like to stress again, because we're just joining us. This is just began a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we just get going, and it takes time. It takes time to build up these layers. And so that's what I'll just keep doing that, is building up. And although sometimes it really works, and so you just stop. I don't think this is one of them.
Do you know where the Heron School of Art is?
No, I know blue herons come in and eat our fish. That's not good. So, and I allow influences on these pieces from different people, like even POSCA, Primitive, working with my son, you know, he's 4.5, going on 100. And so, you know, I like to let those influences just happen. Somebody recently was worried, and sorry, I don't remember who it was, that her stuff was starting to look like somebody else's, or like someone. Don't worry about that. When you're developing your own style, let it flow, and don't worry about the fact that it may represent somebody else's work. That just is not an issue. You know, it should be an exploration, not a, you know, how am I trying to say it, Kristen? It's like,
if you're not intentionally copying, but that style somehow bleeds into your work, that just means you're finding your voice.
yeah, you got to explore those in order to find your own voice, right?
Heron is in Indianapolis.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for all the hearts. I'm sorry, everybody on Instagram, we don't share our lives. It just gets chaotic.
Yeah, we're already on 4 platforms.
Yeah, I got it. Wow, Scotty has 2 daughters in arts.
Nice.
You did something right.
Yeah, well, that's pretty awesome. I'd love to see their work. You know, tag me, send a message, and tag if you're on whatever platform it is. We would love to see That belly button's showing through. It's kind of funny. So now I'm back into the charcoal. I'm just letting my coffee-induced jitters kick in.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little shaky today too. I only have one cup, but yeah.
I had one, but also I'm embracing the fact of things. So now I pulled out the hand a little bit. You see the two arms are a little different length. It's almost like a mechanization of the person, and that's my intention, is to have kind of almost a militaristic or mechanization look to the people that are here.
Oh, father is a fine artist too.
Nice.
This is at the point in the show, everybody, where I always say, go check each other's art out.
Yes, go check it. He's got like a big boot here. I used to worry about my work. You know, it was interesting because we just had some significant changes on our website and how we're presenting the work.
Yeah.
And we kind of had to do that between the involvement in the movie and then talking with our one of our gallery reps, ARDT, in Southampton. We really came to the conclusion that we needed to change a few things on how we priced. It was painful, but I'll tell you what it did do is actually, and I told you this earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm reviewing my own thing here, but it's a personal thing. But it reinvigorated me a little bit because I felt valued just by the pricing structure change. And so now I went from a certain level, a perception of my own work, and it was my own personal perception was elevated.
Yeah.
And it didn't. I think contributing to this was being out of the studio which I never am. Basically, was out for a week and a half.
Yeah, 10 days.
Pretty much straight. And that's very unusual because I work every single day. And I might have done little bits, but it's not the same. You know, it wasn't the same as that repeating
daily practice.
Daily practice. It's really critical. Daily practice is critical to achieving a certain level of expertise. So I think taking a break, I used to think taking a break would be like sacrilegious or something like that. You know, I was but I think now I would suggest to others, take a break every so often. Not very often. Keep working. I'm going to bring in some more darkness on this a little bit here, just to break up that. So I'm just using the side, and this is clearly still wet, the gesso that I used. And I'm just using the side of the chalk to, oh, that's right, it was a holiday. That's right, garbage truck is going by.
Yeah.
You know, I think part of the reason I kind of looked at this mechanization aspect of this upcoming show is because I want to be around longer, and I'm kind of hoping maybe
you can replace people.
I'm hoping maybe we can, yeah. I mean,
can I just go back to the pricing thing real quick?
Yeah.
I just want to tell all the artists out there, the way you price your art will have an impact on the way you feel about what you're doing in your studio.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So don't underprice yourself or undervalue yourself as you move through your career.
But the caveat of that is be realistic about it too. In your experience level, where you live, you know, what kind of resources you have as far as sales. Those kinds of elements are really important, right? To do and to be aware of. Especially in the beginning, you know, when you first get started. But I would say I'm, you know, an advanced at this point. I've advanced.
Yeah.
And that's also been, for me, difficult to admit to because, you know, I don't want to be like, I don't want to feel like I'm arrogant. That always frustrated me is the level of arrogance in artists But there's a level of confidence you do need at a certain point to move forward. Or you gotta find a dealer that provides the confidence for you in front of the public. He's kind of low slung. I think his hips are a little low. Actually, his hips are probably way up here, but he's got some serious utility belts. I'm influenced by Hugo's Batman thing with him. So this is one of those cases where I might leave it and look at it later when I can put it up, right?
Yeah.
And let's see if I can get a female-ish. And one of the things that this show addresses is stereotypes in general. Lots of stereotyping on people, cultures, and things. I'm going to actually put this behind you, so that's right, you're fine. I'm off camera. Nobody panic. We'll lay that down over here. Oh my God, you hear a lot of sand this thing? Like,
Yeah.
I haven't vacuumed in here. I barely was able to get. There's always like a finished side on this plywood too. I think this is the finished side. Now, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do a more feminine look to this today. Let's try it and see.
Good morning.
So again, stereotyping a little bit. You know, we got the hair, she got high forehead there. Some real straight angles on this one. I think she's got some bustle going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep some straight angles today. And this one. So don't be afraid in some of the things to reference cultures yourself. Find out who you want to be expressing as an artist, and that might help you establish your style. So understand your own culture, your own background, where you come from, where you're going, you know, what and that kind of stuff I think will help you establish that style, because we get that question a lot, don't we? I mean, how do you develop the style? Oh my gosh, it almost looks like tail thing.
Oh, don't even go there.
I know.
He built his work table.
Yeah, so it's a low tail. It's 4x8. And I wish it was a 5x8, but it's not. Oh, the train's coming. You can hear the diesel from here. It's almost like she's got some armor on here, I think.
There's this brilliant female Chinese fashion designer. I cannot pronounce her name. I'm not going to butcher it. But she has an amazing show up in San Francisco right now.
Oh, really?
And if anybody has a chance to go look at that, do. I saw it on TikTok.
Oh, yeah?
But each of these dresses takes 50,000 hours.
What?
Yeah, they're insane. And most
50,000?
of them are very modern, and they're juxtaposing them in what is essentially a Victorian Georgian mansion. It's amazing.
So I'm just dragging my hands as I'm drawing here. That whole hand is just dragging. And I always recommend wearing gloves. If you're working in this field, wear your gloves.
Wear your respirators, wear your gloves.
Wear your gloves, wear your respirators. It's going to make...
Wear your aprons.
Aprons, that's right. We have those available again. Hooray!
Our aprons are available on the website again, thankfully. Oh, they're outside. Imagine that. I have done some of these that are mostly chalk, right?
Yeah.
And I like the effects of the chalk so much that this one may be one of those that I just work within the structure of the chalk. By dragging my hand to it gives me a level of improv that I really, really like a lot. Got a hidden hand there, but a hand on her
Oops. Sorry, guys.
belly there. Should we add some color now? I feel like we should add some color.
Yes. Do you feel it?
I feel it. You smell what the... Oh, we can't say it. We'll copyright infringement.
So many things you can't say. Got my watch in the charger and my wrist feels so naked right now.
Did you?
Yeah. I don't like this feeling.
It's almost like I've almost added bound feet down here. I didn't really mean to do that. You know, the Japanese
Yeah.
bound feet. And I think I'm going to keep it for that. Kind of give it a little wraps. Looks like wraps coming back and forth. That was a very disturbing thing that culture did, in my opinion. And have her hand peeking out just a little bit over here.
Oh, hi, Nancy.
So this is where we're at with this one right now. Roughly laid out.
Let me just adjust a bit. There we go.
The nice thing about drawing life size is that the proportions are easier for you to get. When I first started doing these, I haven't been practicing life drawing at all for years, really, other than occasional sketches of family and friends, right? I started. I chose the 6 foot just because it was easier to get the profiles in. And the ubiquitous orange for me is here. Welcome, orange. You're always welcome in my paintings, orange. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I just changed my mind a little bit. Can you believe it? Now look how fast you can just get some cover.
No, that is a temper paint stick that he's using just now.
The caveat of using these is that there is something in them that if you try to draw over them, or even if you use your acrylic markers on top of these without fixing it, that will clog your acrylic markers.
Is it a wax or something?
Yeah, I don't know. You and I have been trying
Yeah.
to figure this formula out for a while because we want to do something with this stuff and we can't quite get there yet. Yeah, there's something going on with it. So
apply fixative before you work on top of it.
yeah, because otherwise you'll be really regretting it.
And what do we use to fix things? Spectrafix.
Spectrafix from.
They're not
Fix
sponsored,
It.
we just happen to like it.
Yeah, they help us a little bit. I gotta order some on the way out. Spectrafix, Final Fix, and Fix It. It's just a really, really brilliant way of.
I'm gonna go ahead and heart this canned music song.
Yeah, are you liking it?
I am. You know you've been doing video production so long that you start to listen to your canned music playlist for funsies.
I know this is just pink, but pink is just a quick way of establishing some sort of indication of flesh. You know, I should be using other colors too, and I have on the other ones, but today I'm just using this to indicate that.
Just cruising along.
And now let's take, and I want blue, deep blue. Do I want this light blue? I gotta use this blue up, that's for sure. I could
just think this on. This stuff is starting to smell funny.
You keep saying that.
Yeah, because it does.
Are those the Detroit Tigers colors?
It's possible.
Those colors make me feel like it's 1980 something. They were on television. My grandparents were.
My grandfather, I had memories of him listening to Tigers on the radio, playing cribbage with his brother back in Michigan. It's a nice memory, you know. Everything was calm. We were out camping. They were in their campers and stuff. And it was just a nice, calm. Of course, they actually did well, but for many years they didn't. So it wasn't a lot of cheering. There was a lot of moaning for a while. So a lot of you haven't really seen me do brushwork much in a while because I like the palette knives. But with this one and some of the others, I'm incorporating more brushwork. That's simple. I understand it's a simplified brushwork, but it works for me. And this is a very, very, very cheap paint, actually. We bought it for a project that didn't need really expensive paint, but it has some qualities I like about it.
It's a very thin body.
It's thin. I even think more, but yes. Get the black down here now.
Welcome everybody who's never been here with us before. We do this every Saturday morning. Well, it's morning for us.
Sometimes it's more wound up, excitable than others, but I just needed to paint. It's been such a busy week. I just finished that waterfall. There's a lovely couple here in Duluth. And I just wanted to paint. I thought, I'll take you guys along on the journey with me today. Oh, I know what the other exciting news is. You're getting upgrades on all your equipment.
Yes.
That's happening with it may not happen for the next show, but the show
Oh
after.
no.
You think it's going to happen for the next show?
I'm gonna get expedited
She's
shipping.
going to try really hard.
Yeah, I gotta work on that actually after this is over.
So she's got a grant, right, of some sort?
Yeah, and I'm using it to create online courses to teach artists how to build an online presence.
Really?
And sell their artwork.
That's very cool.
And so I needed equipment to do it. So I'm getting equipment to create my online courses.
Which would be nice because then we can have better performances, really, or better performances per se.
Well, and then I can do your courses too.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant.
I'm excited. I didn't think I was going to get the grant. I just kind of threw it together one day.
Yeah, it was a surprise. Grant writing is a real pain, though. It's just tough.
Recently, I started setting timers for myself. After about 22, 23 minutes, I save it and walk away, come back the next day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were doing that.
Yeah, it helps. And since I started doing that, we've received 2. So that is apparently the way I need to do it in my life. I can't just shove it all at the same time. I don't know. What do you guys do for grants? Anybody have a really good technique that they love for grant writing? Is it extra coffee, less coffee, more alcohol, less alcohol? You go jogging?
There's some painter, I read an interview with a painter who was on Art News this morning, and he was talking about his process of work. And it's not far off. The one thing he says, he was a former, I can't remember his name, I'm sorry. He was a former professional soccer player turned professional painter. Isn't that cool?
That is really cool.
So he was applying the same work ethic that he did with the soccer, which is why he was successful in soccer. And that's just hard work, constant work, right?
Yeah.
It's button.
Consistent. Yeah, consistent time at a task. It's boring, but it works. There's really no life hack for that one. Experience.
No, it's time.
Yeah.
It always gets me when they say this person was discovered. This new artist came out of nowhere. You hear that in music a lot too.
Oh, yeah.
Almost every single time that person has been struggling for an unbelievable amount of time, right? So we don't really subscribe to that.
That's cool.
What's cool?
Atanasia says, due to that, my acting from Yale trains us with sports mentality too.
Okay. Right, who's
Yeah.
applying that? It's fascinating.
How have your auditions been going this week? I thought you had a couple this week. Or was that last week?
This is too thin, that gesso. I got thick gesso. Oh, there we go. You could add a little texture. Heavy duty gesso. The heavy duty stuff today is going on next. The palette knife. So you can create a little texture.
Oh, she has a callback.
Nice.
So cool.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Hola, Patricia. Scarpatronics, it's nice to see some regulars this morning. British dialect work. Yeah, I can't even pronounce your name correctly. Obviously, I would fail at that. So all I can do is Midwestern. That's all I can do.
I can fake a little UP Finnish things.
I can make myself sound dumber.
Hey, you cannot. Well, actually, you can. I've watched you do it.
The party trick. No.
It's hard for her to hide her intelligence, nor should she.
Thank you.
So this is adding some texture. Again, blocking in. Now, some of you that followed me, this is really a different technique than you've seen me do in many of my abstract pieces. Most of them, as you know, are very improvisational. This is improv. I didn't have an idea exactly in my head, but it's a more structured approach to the process. But the first day I was back in studio the other day, Kristen, that was not structured.
Is it like watching Animal at a drums, you know?
Yeah, I was like, must create Animal. God, I love that texture of the heavy gesso. I've missed you so.
Oh, thank you, Javier.
I really hope the other news will come out soon that we can actually publish it, publicly say it.
I know.
We gotta ask them.
Oh, Argentina. Again, I butcher everything. Welcome.
There's a strong triangle here, and you know what I'm going to do with that strong triangle? I'm going to accent it. I'll pull it right out. I'm just playing with those shapes. Someone asked me where all those black lines were coming from. You know, in my with the markers and in general when I'm in the abstract pieces. So I actually posted a picture of the trees, and no, it was all of the power lines going across
Oh, yeah.
the landscape, and they immediately caught it. I don't remember who that was, but that's where some of that comes from. You know, it's we try to paint these idyllic scenes, but a lot of times those idyllic scenes, the thing we take for granted are all the power lines, the aerial lines, and the cable and things that are right up on the surface of our view. But do we actually ever really see them? Is the next question.
Just visually editing them out of our life.
Yeah, for sure.
Hi, Bettina. Hi, Shabana.
Oh, Shabana. That's a good way of visually editing. Yeah, it's true. That's exactly what we're doing. So even if you're not painting, your practice should be looking, observing, because that's how you And that's why life drawing classes are important, or drawing still lifes are important. It's this, you're developing a skill of observation, right?
Yeah.
And I might clean that up with a marker later and make that even more crisp. I like that contrast a lot. I really, really like that contrast a lot. I'm gonna give her a little white highlighted, like the reverse of a, football players put that non-reflective stuff on,
Yeah.
black on their face. Skiers do these little patches on their shoe so they don't get frostbite on their face, right?
Yeah.
Because they're going so fast. Some of these details I can clean up later with the markers and pen and so forth. So Iceland really is an interesting place. I like it. Got a little extra painted on the way. Let's do it. This is a brand new board. I hate to put it on there. Here, I got it. I got one down there. I can put it on. I kind of want to stop on this one and maybe I'll start that landscape thing and go a little nuts.
Ooh, go a little nuts,
Go a
huh?
little nuts. I'm feeling tense. I get tight on these things sometimes. And I want to see this one too in a vertical position because I can't really see this piece. Let's do that. Let's do like I wanted to do a green landscapey,
Yeah.
abstract, crazy one. Lots of gestures and stuff. Should we do that today?
Yeah. Thank you, Lux and Lumen.
If I can find my way over here, over the top of everybody, not tables and chairs and so on. And I'm coming back over there. Don't worry. Do a song and dance for them. Kristen, keep them interested. Trap myself into the studio. And I'm back. Here we go. Which side is smooth? It's hard to feel good. Well, I think this side. Okay, let's go nuts. So, time to go nuts.
Got some water.
Got some water. Voila.
That is a piece of charcoal.
Oh, I think I made a cat. There's his eye. Enough with the figurative stuff. Just for today. All right, we're going for my greens. I always love the reaction of it in the water. Just kind of the color explodes out. I love it. It's so much fun. It's a lot of fun. Oh, I didn't realize that was thinned down.
Oops.
Oopsie. I got a lot of water on there today, didn't I?
Yeah, it's a little sloppy.
It's a little bit sloppy. I might have to get a dryer.
It's supposed to be sunny today. You just go outside. If you have any ants you can trap.
Got so many ants this year. So, got some color and I'm adding a little bit of structure as I go. I like to build it up. We're building it up little by little, aren't we? Dark color in the corner. I don't think we're going to put any happy trees in this one today.
No happy
I can't have a
trees?
show without at least one reference to my idol. So in the other drawings, or the other paintings, we were talking about how the paint was fused, kind of blending sections, right? Now I'm gonna actually work with that. Love it. Fantastic. Try and smear some of the heavy body.
Is that a technical term? Smear?
Smear. So, yeah, well, you put smear on your bagel, right? Smear on the bagel. Nice strong lines. I can just blend right on. I don't have patience for palette blending, but I do like to blend. So now I'm just using existing color. Just in the heavy body that's on my palette knife.
Oh, Norway, welcome.
Someday we're gonna make it there, right?
Yep.
I'm bringing my skis. Actually, it's probably, I don't know if I should bring my skis or not.
Rent a pair.
You probably have decent Matsus skis there.
Yeah.
That's the brand we use, is Matsus. I don't know if I'm saying that right there, my friends there in Norway, but. So I didn't want to contaminate my bucket of heavy body, so I went ahead and grabbed some palette knife. Oh, come back here. Hey, this thing's escaping.
Very cobbled together camera system for Facebook is.
Yeah, well, you said it's fixed or coming. It will be fixed, right?
No, not all of this.
Not all of it?
No, most of this will still be a mess, but some of it will be better. Some of it will remain the same. Because I don't know if you guys are aware of this. This show is expensive to make the right way, and I don't have the stuff to do it the right way.
No, we get to play. We're playing.
So 25 degrees, nice. Celsius, no way. Yeah, no skiing today.
No skiing today yet. Still can't believe how well Johan did this year. Well, I can believe it. It's pretty amazing.
It's that relaxation, and that comes right back to the art. And
Yeah.
he puts in the time, and he's learned how to relax into his skill.
Yeah, well, that's a big part of it too.
Yeah.
See, I'm not tense much. Heavy body. I haven't worked on it. Wow, it's fun. This is fun. Let me find my orange paint today. Let's get some orange in here. Oh, it's nice. Good thing the back a little ways today.
Little messy.
I'm getting a little messy now. I need to get looser though. I was feeling tight. Those finger pieces are fun, but man, I do kind of feel, a little bit a little tight when I do them. The ones that really worked were the ones that didn't show. I mean, the one that we sold was definitely one that was
A little looser.
Yeah. We sold that 3-foot piece too, I guess, recently.
Yeah, we've sold a few pieces. It's been a good week. Really.
Really nice. You can go quite a while as an artist and not sell anything, and then you get a little flurry, and then you get a little overexcited because we're not at the upper level where it's like everything we put out is going to sell kind of deal. Not yet, anyway. Getting there. Hard work.
Jura coffee makers.
I don't know why you keep saying what kind of coffee maker we have.
Maybe they'll send us a new one. Ours is pretty old. I'm a little bit paranoid it's gonna pass out. It's gonna kick the bucket. So I guess that's part of why I keep bringing it up. Maybe Jura would like to sponsor our Saturday morning art talks, art discussion.
When did you start this style of art? Asks Hermit Defrog.
Oh, have we seen that person before? I think. When did I start this particular style? That's a good question. I started very traditional, real traditional, in both in my pottery and in my my art.
Yeah.
And I did all the traditional drawing and painting things and stuff. And my painting courses, I was never thrilled about. And Mr. John Hubbard, my instructor from university, I'm sure he can attest to the fact that I was a terrible painter. But I was searching for subject matter, and I always felt like I couldn't figure out what to paint. But I think it's because I was stuck on realism.
Yeah.
And what I found, and it happened over time, because even when I first started painting, I was painting like gardens and butterflies and dragonflies.
Yeah. Did a lot of dragonflies for a while.
Dragonflies.
They did sell well.
Yeah, sold. But it wasn't doing it for me. It just wasn't really. So even though I'm making marks here and you can't really see them, as it dries, these marks will come through this really thin paint.
So I'd say he was pretty traditional for about 20 years and didn't start to do this till the last 10.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
But it's really kind of started going, and the last 3 years,
Is when I
three
really
and a half, I guess,
Yeah.
is when things really started to develop. And it was just because I kept working at it. Actually, I didn't keep working at it. I had a hiatus there where I didn't do much of anything, art-wise. And it was very depressing, mind you. And I was doing mostly pottery, and even my pottery was pretty traditional there for a while. But we were watching my mom. She had moved in with us. We had our new, so 4.5 years ago, right?
Yep.
And so I started painting a little more seriously. I think, I guess it has been almost 5 years. Maybe.
Yeah. Did you pick your paintbrushes back up?
Yeah. But it's just been consistent work. So I would work oftentimes early in the morning because it was the only time you could work. And it just kind of evolved and developed. And one of the literally because I worked a lot, but also I studied a lot. I was looking at a lot of different painters, people I liked, Bakunin, Hans Hofmann, some of the guys from that 30s, 40s, 50s region.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, that stuff really, really appealed to me. So I went with it, I really hope this will be.
Oh, no, I'm getting you.
Okay. I love rap-oriented music, and I hate to say this, but the lyrics need to be a little. I can't listen to
No.
a lot of it. And he loves it too. He likes jamming out. All right, so what should we do next? Normally, I'd probably wait and let it dry a little bit.
Oh, Versailles, France.
Oh,
Yay!
hello. Well, we were thinking hard of moving to France for a while.
Before I moved here, yeah.
Still a villa over there would be great.
I'm trying to get the girls together to buy one as a group.
Yeah, somewhere there. I'm torn. I want to be in the mountain region, but then again, the coastline that's gone. Portugal over the Pyrenees area is just one of my favorites.
I don't know, I've seen all those scorpions in that movie last night. Kind of Spain and Portugal in the back of my head is terrifying 8-legged land. So
It's not all going to be that way. Come on now.
it's not all scorpion infested, just most of it.
No,
It's mostly dead.
no, it's not. I'm not sure I like that or not. They're
They're having fun out there. It's kind of fun to hear them.
Are they LARPing again out there?
I have no idea.
Hi, Shabana. Nice to see you this morning. Evening, afternoon, middle of night. I don't know what time it is. In India right now. I think that's where you're at.
I don't like what I just did there, Kristen. Oh,
You don't, huh?
no,
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna scrub it out like this,
That's right, people. You don't like it? Scrub it out.
and then I'm gonna go back to trying to get that white pulled down. I like the white down the middle of it. Do I have any white left? I don't have any traditional
I
white.
need a tissue.
Hey, here we go. It's over here. It's over here behind me. Go back there. Go backstage. Oh man, there's green in this. It's weird. Okay. I can't believe I'm actually out of traditional white acrylic paint. There we go. I like that better. What's going on, kiddo?
What's up, kid? You can come in.
What's going on?
You might want to save that candle if you don't want to be on camera. Yeah, there you go. You're safe there.
Unless you want to be on camera. You're welcome to.
You're just
I'm just sitting here.
Okay.
Well, it's good to see you. You see Daddy did some more figure pieces over there? You want to go see them? They're really wet though.
Did you make a really cool laser out of gears?
Yeah,
Cool.
it's on my mobile.
For your
So this
robot.
is kind of what my painting lifestyle is a lot of times, is the comings and goings and people in the studio and my kiddo coming in. And most of the time I really enjoy it. There's times that I may be working on a specific issue and I need the quiet time. And truthfully, when I get that, it's usually in the middle of the morning, early morning, like 3, 4 in the morning. So, but I like this. This is one of the things that I like about having my studio here on the property. It's separate from the house, so I can be noisy in the middle of the night and so forth. But I get to live with my family, and that's why, you know, we kind of semi-retired from the other business that we had. Because I wanted to continue to be present for the family. It was great yesterday. I had a good day. It was a long time since I've been able to work like that. Just be here. I've been away at the field work so long, you know. So I'm trying to build up a little contrast. It's so wet right now that it's really kind of hard to work with to build that contrast up. But I'm finding some ways as I've kind of been pausing, and some part will dry a little bit and another part will dry a little bit, and I'm able to start working on my contrasts. But normally if I'm working, I have like multiple paintings going at once, different levels. So for example, these 2 foot by 2 foot over here are in process. They're getting close to done. They're not quite there, but they're getting close. And I can work those, so I can do finishing techniques. If I get stuck, I can go and do some new painting pieces here. I can work over there. I got easels. I can go outside and work outside too. But because of the way that I paint, I need that variety to keep moving forward.
Art shark.
Art chart. You're determined to make that a
I'm just making myself like, stop trying to make fetch happen.
thing. Fetch?
It's from the movie Mean Girls. So
Oh.
2002, and some girl keeps trying to make the word fetch work.
Oh, are you kidding? That's
Yeah.
funny. I really like that. That's funny. I don't know if I've ever seen that movie.
I don't know why you would. You were a middle-aged man. I don't know if you ever watched that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, it's probably not high on the priority list, was it?
No. Nancy goes from pottery and back to painting to keep going.
Yeah, you know, and I did that too, but my kiln died.
Yeah. Oh, that Javier.
So I'm actually looking forward to getting back to pottery. I think it'd be really fun to kind of come back to it. A little bit size variations from there to there, then infer some depth, some changes in depth of the piece. Well, it's an analyst stage, and I don't usually put this in the show much because it's hard to watch. It's so boring. But there's this thinking process that you need to go through to get to that next level of the piece. And so I'm looking at it, I'm seeing it, I'm squinting, I'm sneaking up on it to find out what the next move is. And that's why a lot of people ask about the finishing. And the finishing process takes so long, potentially. People always ask, how long? It didn't take you that long to paint. I'm like, well, the initial, no, probably not that long, relatively speaking. But then the finishing part can take days, weeks, months, even in some of the paintings in here, years. And then suddenly you've learned enough, you've experienced enough, you can go back to that painting again, and you can know what the next step is because you've gotten the experience necessary to carry it past a certain point. So if you get stuck on a piece, don't necessarily throw the piece away. Put it aside, maybe put it away for a little bit, and then go back and get it out and look at it, and then you can start to really see the piece and what it might need, because you might have gained the experiences necessary to take it to that next layer, that next level. And every day I learn. People complain a lot, and they should, and it's a thing about writer's block. I don't have it anymore. Creative block. I could do this every day, all day long, and never run out of something to do. At least so far. I mean, this has been years of doing it this way. And can I say that in the old days? No, I can't say that in the old days. But what about you? You have a lot. You're a writer too, so you.
Oh, I get stuck.
You get stuck?
Yeah.
What do you do to get unstuck?
Walk away for 3 years.
And here you propose button seat.
I know what I should do.
Yeah.
I often give myself very good advice, but I very rarely follow it.
I appreciate. That's one of the things I love about you is that you will admit that. You recognize that. Give that its due. That's funny. Well, a lot of people don't know that much about you in the show. Like, we really should do a paint with you on it as a guest.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
I'm here to just one thing.
Just one thing?
For a little
Okay.
Well, it's good to see you. I love having you in the studio too. So again, it's drying a little bit. I'm able to keep adding things in. And so my work process is multiple pieces that go in at once and then coming in and adding the details as I go. And I do love my chalk with a K, charcoal with a K.
There goes the Power Wheels dinosaur.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling the groove out of that canned music today. Am I gibberish writing here, or is it?
Or is it gibberish? I've heard somebody say the word gibberish instead of gibberish. Which is the correct pronunciation? It's been actually dogging me.
Has it been since the movie? When did we watch that? That was yesterday?
This is yesterday.
Yeah. I don't remember what movie, but yeah, I remember the moment.
Oh, I can't believe all the phones are still alive.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, we're at like an hour and 15.
It's one of the longer ones we've done, but I think it's good because, again, I wanted to illustrate different layers. So you saw we started, you can go back, and these will all be up on the platform recorded and stuff. So you saw a piece that was kind of almost finished really in the very beginning. And then we did, I just noticed something on the first one I might have to change. And then we did the second one, which was a lot of charcoal drawing and then blocking, and we put that aside. And then, so I would rotate through these and then go to this finished stuff too on a normal day. And I think it's good to see how other artists work. I like seeing how other artists work. I wish more of the art documentaries, though. I was watching the Paul Klee one.
Yeah.
And he had something, I don't know, by the time he died, 10,000 works or something that actually survived Nazi Germany and the various things. But the one thing that they don't say, because they talk about when he got his, like some of his shows, right? Major shows.
Mm-hmm.
But what they didn't talk about was the sales. You know, I mean, was he selling anything? That wasn't addressed. In fact, the Picasso one we watched too didn't really address that either.
Nope.
I think that's valuable information that we want to know. You know, how long until he started selling his work? I don't know. I'm liking this a lot. I'm going to be so excited to see this dry, Kristen, and see what grows.
I actually want someone to play with me.
So she said, two favorite documentaries right now are about Pina Boucher, a dancer,
Oh,
and Leon Kelly, a fashion designer.
oh yeah.
I do have people do it for this one. I'm running several cameras right now. So
They are let's eat now.
are they eating?
Well, can you blame them? They're probably hungry. Would you like to go eat with them, please?
No.
No? Okay.
I want
On that note,
No.
I have time to stop for today.
Everybody, I appreciate this. Is a little bit different show than normal. Check out our other shows. Some of them are a little crazy, some are wacky, some are painting with my son, which is always fun too. And be well. Remember the hashtag create without fear. Be kind to yourself as well. That's my lesson this week I learned. And so I'm going to be implementing that a little more. Thank you all for joining us. I'm David Austin with DavidAustinGallery.com. Thanks for painting with me this Saturday, pretty much every Saturday. You're going to get some lives from our new pop-up gallery
Yeah.
in Duluth, Minnesota, coming up pretty soon. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, everybody. Say goodbye, Kristen.
Bye.
See you all later. We're going to go. Hugo says goodbye too.
Can someone play with me?
Yeah, I'll hit you just a moment.
So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.